You started.
Okay, we're started. We're started on an unbelievable situation, and it's getting worse, but it's an unbelievable situation. Not only is today Eddie Heckman's birthday, so that's the most important thing. It is the Eddie Heckman birthday. I can't tell if the lights are on.
I'm putting it on for you.
Is it
I'm
working?
holding it.
We have no power again.
I'm holding it.
Same thing that happened yesterday. We have no power. But I have all the power that you need. So welcome aboard, everybody, on a lovely Thursday morning. And once again, let's congratulate the great chairman of the board, Eddie Heckman, on his birthday. Here's the question. Who's older, the legend or the chairman of the board, Eddie Heckman? Who do you think is older? Okay. Good morning to Greg and Chris Gallo and DK Lush and Eddie Heckman. I can see the chat room. Star Dog, Tommy Johnson, Unholy Toledo. But what are you doing?
It just goes off.
So leave it off.
Okay.
Leave it off.
It'll go off on its own.
All right, so let's see what happens. To do a podcast without any notes is just unbelievable. Okay, pay your electric bill. I'll tell you, in all the years we've been here, we've never had a power failure. And to have it about the same time, 2 consecutive days, it's no fun. Here's a note from Tom Verducci. Aaron Judge, now put your pens, pencils, and bloody fingers down. Aaron Judge, 282 pounds. He'll be signed through his age 39 season. He'll have a chance to become the second player, only the second player, all right, ever to hit a home run at 270 pounds or more and at age 37 or higher. Who is the only other player to hit a home run at... You got to take this light off. At 270 pounds, age 37 or older. Who is the only other player, okay? Unholy Toledo will be 73 in May. Chris Gallo will be... So the entire chat room is made up of everybody over 70. I'm 75, so I lead the way. All right, so once again, Aaron Judge, 282 pounds, will be signed through age 39 with a chance to become the second player to hit a home run at 270 pounds and at age 37 or higher. Who is the only other player to do it? Okay.
To do what? To hit a home run?
To hit a home run.
I know who it was.
Very good, you know who it was.
In the chat room.
No guessing. The other thing is this. Has anybody have any opinions? And once again, well, no, it wasn't Frank Howard, but that's a good one. Star Dog was 69 last week. Age is only a number. Okay. I went to the doctor yesterday, and you know what I found? I'm okay. How about that? I had some concerns about some things, but anyway, that's not the podcast, all right? What do you think Ohtani's going to wind up signing with? You think Ohtani's going to sign a $500 million contract next year? You think that, and where do we think Ohtani's going to wind up? Okay, yeah, all the birthday wishes, the young Eddie Heckman. Now, the Giants, who just signed Carlos Correa, I got word from a couple of people, not only one, that the Giants got worried, and that's why they signed Correa. The Giants got worried when they saw the Dodgers sign Shelby Miller and Jason Hayward. So they countered by signing Correa. And only one day after Carlos Correa signed his 13-year, $350 million deal with the Giants, we find out that the Cubs never really contacted Carlos Correa. So how about that? Big Al on the Prowl is here. Good morning, Big Al on the Prowl. Say good morning. Say a happy birthday to Eddie the Heckman. Good morning, Eddie. All right, so they didn't contact, the Cubs did not contact, which means, in my humble opinion, and I've talked to a couple of people who agree with me, the Cubs seem to be the team that would wind up signing Dansby Swanson. So even internally, the Cubs ranked Swanson fourth of the four shortstops. The chances of Swanson leaving Atlanta, probably 50-50, but Jesse Rogers talked about the fact that he thinks it's 60-40. Jesse Rogers sees the Cubs as having at least a 50-50 chance of signing. He would be the Cubs pick. Okay, so Swanson apparently has offers in hand from the Cubs and a couple of other teams, but I'm going out on that proverbial limb to say that the Cubs are going to sign Dansby Swanson. Thank you. Unali Toledo is right. It's Bartolo Colon, the only one at age 37 or more with 270 pounds to hit a home run. Bartolo Colon. Use that if you're ever in a situation where you want to play double or nothing with anybody in a trivia contest. Okay? And the deal, look, Rogers didn't seem to have a great sense of exactly what was happening. And, of course, when you have stuff going on, it just goes on. But if the Cubs get him, what else will they do? They say he's not Carlos Correa, but he's a very good and useful player. Useful player at $200 million. The Cubs could have taken a shortcut by signing one of the other three guys with better bats, but they'll even have more work to do. Okay? And on Wednesday, the Atlanta Braves had a very quiet day. They were very busy the early part of the week, adding suitors by the minute, being that the last of the top shortstops are gone. One rumor that didn't get a lot of traction, and we talked about it yesterday, was Max Fried. Trading Fried this offseason may be less than ideal for a number of reasons. If the Braves cannot and will not sign the Dansby Swanson and decide to go with Vaughn Grissom at shortstop, they will likely need to add a decent bat that they can play in left field. While the free agent market has some options, I wish I had my notes. While the free agent market has some options, it's possible. Look, the Dodgers normally a team dedicated not to shy away when it comes to signing and payroll. And we talked yesterday about the possibility that one of the reasons is Trevor Bauer. None of the reasons is that they are really preparing for the Shohei Ohtani sign. We've got some indication that Ohtani will be well intent to sign with the Dodgers next year. Some others say this is what the Mets are looking at, so we'll see. And then the Dodgers sign Noah Syndergaard to a one-year deal. When he's healthy, Syndergaard is a very imposing pitcher, just like Eddie Heckman. It's just very imposing, okay? Mitchell Harston is here. Merrill is here. Stardog. What a nice turnout today on a day that, for the second day in a row, we've got a blackout. We had it yesterday. It didn't end until 12:30. So Noah Syndergaard signing with the Dodgers. Now, he has not been close to healthy for a number of seasons, okay? Also, trade yesterday, and it's not really a fantasy trade, but the Brewers acquired Owen Miller from Cleveland in exchange for a player to be named later. Miller, not fantasy relevant, just reporting the news, but Miller can play all over the infield, although Cleveland largely played him at first base, okay? And the Mets are not done yet. They are, word has it that they're going to make a decision between Michael Conforto and J.D. Martinez in an effort to bolster their lineup. Good morning to DK Luce. Nice to see you. Kenny Flamia. Nice to see you too, Kenny. We are without power once again, and we are just winging it. And that's the name of the game. When you could wing it for 2 hours, or an hour, whatever it is, you're doing good. It's the most fun you could ever have. They have reportedly, the Mets explored the market for Conforto and J.D. Martinez. And look, don't forget, the Syndergaard thing is interesting because the Dodgers turned Tyler Anderson into an all-star. He has never been an all-star, never been a player that anybody ever talked about.
Hey, Leonard.
Yes.
Ronnie Milo is here.
Ronnie Milo has joined the fantasy. There you go. Ronnie Milo, one of the all-time greats in the chat room, has returned. And Ronnie Milo, love you, man. I know sometimes it's not that simple to get here, but Ronnie Milo has gotten in there. Okay? Where is he? Is he in the chat room?
He doesn't know how to change his name right now. His name is Guest Josie.
Oh, Gets Josie. Thank you, Ronnie, for coming into the chat room. Love the Ronnie Milo, and it's absolutely great. We're going through, for the second day in a row, at almost the same time, a total power failure in my community. So there you go. Apparently...
It says it'll be on by noon.
Yeah, good. On by noon. Apparently, Sirius XM Radio is trying to sabotage the podcast. All right, since they won't let me on Sirius Radio anymore, and they know that this podcast is the best show that they have decided to play the game against the podcast.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, I know it's ridiculous, but the whole world is ridiculous, okay? So, you got Pepion, you got Miller, you got Stone. Those are some of the names of some of the young pitchers that might be ready for the Dodgers. And the signing of Syndergaard absolutely helps that. The Dodgers' projected payroll for 2023 is just over $200 million. Now, Andrea, I'll come to you with this. If Trevor Bauer gets released and is and how much do the Dodgers owe if Trevor Bauer? Does that put $80 million? Wow.
If he wins appeal, though.
If he wins the appeal.
He has to win the
But still, who knows?
They say it will be out soon.
It's going to be out soon, so the Dodgers have taken a step back. Shohei Ohtani for next season.
That's just me, Leonard.
So we'll see what she's messing with the lights. I never know if we got the lights back, if we don't have the lights. So the Cubs right near the front of the line, okay? Sarah Carter says this is interesting. All right. The end of the line, they're near the Dansby Swanson. Let's repeat that, okay?
Are you getting my tweet notifications?
I don't know what you're getting. I'm going to save more. What are you doing?
I'm changing it so we don't have
Leave the light off. She's walking around with a flash bulb.
No, it's motion activated. So when I walk by,
Well, sit still. You're motion activated.
So I put it over there.
Okay.
So you can't see it anymore. Okay.
So number one, we're hoping that not only Toledo gets his wish filled and the Cubs get Dansby Swanson. So, but the Braves. Okay, look, he's the last of the top shortstops on the market. They didn't get any traction on Max Scherzer, on Max Fried. Okay, so let's see what happens. Vaughn Grissom looks like he's going to be the shortstop for the Atlanta Braves. opening the season. And we like Vaughn Grissom. He's got the ability to steal some bases and be a very interesting shortstop in fantasy baseball, okay? The Dodgers, decidedly not shy when it comes to signing, have been very quiet this offseason. We just try to tell you why. But signing Syndergaard to a one-year deal makes you wonder if there's other things on the market for the Dodgers. Syndergaard is one of the most imposing pitchers in the league when he's healthy. The problem is he hasn't been close to healthy. Now, does anybody agree with that? Does anybody think that Syndergaard is really one of the top pitchers in the league when he's healthy? I don't know. All I know is today's Eddie Heckman's birthday, and that's what we care about. Mitchell and Merrill, Mal Pal is here, Tommy Johnson is here. Great to see everybody in a chat room where, once again, we've got a power failure in my community. Crazy. Okay? Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right. The Angels took a $21 million gamble last year on Syndergaard. His first full season back, he made 23 starts, finished with a 1.03 ERA plus. So given his track record, it's fair to expect more of Syndergaard this season. Okay? Pushes the Dodger payroll just over $200,000. Still plenty of room for the Dodgers to do something. So let's see if that's even possible of happening. Syndergaard's career, look, he on the Mets, he elected free agency for the first time last year, resulting in a $21 million deal with the Angels, was eventually traded to the Phillies. He's once again testing the market. So let's see, okay, about Noah Syndergaard. We're trying to come up with some interesting stuff for you on a morning where, for the second morning in a row, we have a power failure, okay? So let's see what happens. The Syndergaard strikeout rate fell off the cliff in 2022. That's the thing that concerns me. He was never quite Jake DeGrom out there, but his rate of less than 17% was nearly 10% lower than his career norm. So the people looking at Syndergaard are saying, hey, we're going to take the Noah Syndergaard of today, thinking he may be close to what he has been. If you take a look at King Happ, he's trying to be close to what he has been. And once again, we got a power failure, but it doesn't prevent King Happ from coming into the chat room. Thank you, Mr. Happ. So Syndergaard peaked with a rate of close to 30% in 2016. 30%, okay? He did manage to post the lowest walk rate since his rookie year of less than 6%. So let's see, when he's healthy, he's never posted a bad season in his career. So the Yankees' top priority now, after securing Aaron Judge. And don't forget, the Yankees have not improved. The Yankees are just the same team that they were last year. And in spite of Aaron Judge having such a good year, and Aaron Judge will not have a magical year again this year. The Yankees must do something to improve. What the freak is so funny? I'm getting into it now.
Eddie told you to stop yelling at me, and I said, that's okay. That's how old guys talk.
Stop yelling at her?
That's just how you talk.
If that's the case, then we can't communicate, okay? So, all right. Yankees are the same team they were, minus Aaron Judge. They have him, but he's not going to be the same player. I suggest that Aaron Judge will hit between 35 and 40 homers. That's not bad, but he's not going to carry the Yankees like he did last year. Hopefully, others will contribute. It appears the Yankees' top priority now is a different starter in Carlos Rodon, another 30-year-old with a much more promising uphill trajectory. Fangraphs has Syndergaard projected to get $28 million over 2 years. Once Rodon signs, the starting pitcher market becomes very iffy, with Syndergaard likely among the best and youngest available. If the Yankees can't grab the talented lefty and Syndergaard signing with the Dodgers means that Rodon is a big player for the Yankees, okay? So let's see what happens. Big player for the Yankees. And the Dodger rotation, now that they've signed Syndergaard, will feature both Noah Syndergaard and Dustin May, okay? And I'm hearing that the Yankees are trying desperately to trade Josh Donaldson, okay? And they're trying to trade him to a number of teams, but they're trying to trade. And here's the thing. Brandon Crawford in San Francisco is Garrett Cole's brother-in-law, okay? So it would be great to have a veteran backup for Peraza and Volpe, and we'll see what happens. But I find it very interesting. What tipped me off to this was that you can never have too many middle infielders. The Yankees, with Anthony Volpe, the Yankees' top prospect and number 5 overall, according to the MLB Potline, the Yankees, and they also have Oswald Peraza, okay? But the Yankees wound up, according to the latest first-round mock for the 2023 ML Draft, the Yankees selected another shortstop using their number 26 pick, a Georgia high school kid named Colin Houck. So why would the Yankees be signing another shortstop? Good morning to Brooks Santinello. We're experiencing another power failure, second day in a row, but when I see Brooks, it kind of gets my power going. So thank you, Brooksy. Houck is a strong physical shortstop, also a quarterback, and a powerhouse. Kind of reminds a lot of people of Matt Olson. So the Yankees have taken a hitter with their first pick in 6 of the last 7 drafts. So even though they're loaded with shortstops, they may take another one, allowing the Yankees to trade either Volpe or Peraza. Okay, now tomorrow we're going to talk about all the remaining free agents. I planned on doing that today, but quite frankly, I didn't memorize it, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Whew. Now, according to Kenny Rosenthal, who I read this morning before the power failure, the Yankees, the Rangers, the Blue Jays, Tampa, the Marlins, among the teams chasing young outfielders in trades, okay? And so are the Reds, by the way. So are the Reds. There's a man who'll remain nameless because he is nameless now. He will not come to the chat room because he's down on the Cincinnati Reds. Same guy who I bought dinner is down on the Cincinnati Reds, so he won't come to the chat room. Bull Dinky and Poppycock. That's what I say about that. Yankees have to have... Yankees are also looking at the Arizona Diamondbacks. They have prospect ammunition to make a deal for any one of the young Arizona outfielders, okay? Jake McCarthy, Alec Thomas, Dalton Varsho. The Pittsburgh Pirates also Brian Reynolds. Wow. Will the Yankees pay Reynolds' cost and prospects? So the Pittsburgh Pirates may be looking to make a deal with the Yankees for a lot of prospects. Kenny Rosenthal says the Pirates are open to talking business with the Yankees. Now, of course, Reynolds' name has been bantered around for months. He had a strong 2022 with the Pirates, 262, 27 home runs. 2021, he was even better. He's got 51 home runs in the last 2 years. And the upgrade over Hicks would be enormous. Okay, but the Yankees would be required to part with either Oswald Peraza, Jason Dominguez. Reynolds is 27, and how much are we paying for Reynolds in our fantasy draft this year? $15? I know it depends. This is a player where it depends on what team he winds up with. We come. When was the last time a Chicago White Sox player besides Jose Abreu had more than 80 RBIs? When was the last time a White Sox player besides Jose Abreu had more than 80 RBIs? Okay, so anyway, the Giants are having a huge offseason. Carlos Correa, Jock Peterson. Is this a huge offseason, or is this just a bunch of names? And as I said many times, the names that are bantered around in the offseason usually become the headlines. And we think they're better than they really are. So don't overpay for the names, okay? Don't overpay for the names, okay? All right, Carlos Correa, Jock Peterson, Mitch Haniger, Ross Stripling, Sean Manaea, and they're still looking for bullpen help. But I'll tell you, the Giants making a lot of signing, putting all these names, Peterson, Haniger, Stripling, Manaea, on the front page, and in our head, their dollar value in fantasy baseball goes up. You got to be careful. And so many of the Yankee fans are talking about, we haven't I even said it just now. We haven't made a change. We haven't improved, okay? And I forgot about Harrison Bader, okay? He played about 10 regular season games. Having him for a full season with Peraza at shortstop, wow. Wow, the Yankees may very well have improved, okay? May very well have improved. So, of course, the Astros offering Carlos Correa a 5-year, $160 million contract. At the end of 2021, the Astros offered Correa 5 years, $160 million. What the hell happened? And now Correa makes $27 million a year roughly, and the Marlins are paying Avisail Garcia and Jorge Soler approximately the same amount that they're paying Correa. It's not always how much money you have as a team, it's how you spend it, okay? So, look, the Dodgers, they're just in a real bind, okay? But they're really just trying to be patient, not trying to overreact. They lose to the Padres in the playoffs. Then the Padres go out and get a better lineup, okay, with Bogarts. Then the rival Giants get their least favorite player in the league. Who else is having a worse season than the Dodgers? 10 current players have contracts of 11 years or more. Correa, Tatis, 11 years. 11-year contracts. Correa, Tatis, Harper, Stanton, Julio Rodriguez, Mookie Betts, Mike Trout, Bogarts, Turner, and don't forget, Wander Franco. Don't forget, Wander Franco. Now, if you're playing fantasy baseball and you want to get some sleeper pitchers that you probably should pay a little bit more, go the extra dollar. According to Eno Saros, pitchers with 5 or more pitches that they command better than average. 5 or more pitches that they have a better than average command. Who are these? Joe Musgrove, pay $1 for him, an extra dollar. Aaron Nola, Brandon Woodruff, we know him. Dylan Bundy, every year his name's on the list. George Kirby, George Kirby is a player who you have to spend an extra dollar for. Okay? Jamison Tyon, Merrill Kelly, Nate Eovaldi, Syndergaard, Stripling, Darvish, and Greinke. And let's see what happens. So, Carlos Correa, 13 years, $350 million, and it was only a very short time ago, that he was offered $160 million, okay, for 5 years. Wow. You tell me, is baseball in great shape? Okay, we're going to end the podcast in just a minute. But I'll tell you what, Carlos Rodon, according to John Heyman, he's looking for 7 years, $210 million. And he's 30 years old. He had to take a minor league deal just 2 seasons ago, but he's been one of the best pitchers in baseball. 2021, he was 13-5 with a 2.3 ERA, hampered by with a shoulder injury. Last season, he settled for a 2-year deal. How much are we paying for Rodon? I say we pay $17 for Rodon. He could be, if he winds up on the Yankees, very good pitcher, okay? Wow. And the Padres, they're still looking to spend some money. How about that? The Padres, Michael Wacha, Johnny Cueto. Whoa. Interesting. And Firestone, not fantasy relevant, went to the Dodgers. J.P. Firestone had shoulder surgery last week, expected to be out until August, so don't even think about him. Even if he's healthy, you may have seen his name, okay? So, look, pretty interesting. Scott Boras, you want him as your agent between Rodon and Correa and Bogarts and Nimmo and Yoshida and who else? Taiwan Walker, Sean Manaea, Bellinger, Matt Boyd, James Paxton. Forget it. And the Orioles, led by Eddie Heckman on his birthday, the Orioles have continued interest in Michael Wacha. Michael Wacha. Waka, 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 waka. So, my fellow Americans, I thank you so much. Sorry about the power failure once again. We don't know what's going on, but we had, and then also Michael Lorenzen plans on being starters for the Tigers. Okay, he is signed with the Tigers. He has a guarantee. I'll tell you what, he's been a reliever. He's a good hitter, but I'll tell you, Lorenzen, 1-year contract, and he could be a very interesting player. Lorenzen made 18 starts, almost 100 innings, about 5 innings per appearance. But Boyd, Lorenzen, and here's who they join in Detroit. Eduardo Rodriguez, Matt Manning, Spencer Turnbull. Don't forget they got Tarek Skubal. And don't forget they got Joey Wentz, Bo Brisky, Alex Faedo, and Casey Mize, expected to miss most of the season. And that should do it. Andrea, I need you to help me navigate the shut-off here. So thanks, everybody, for being part of this thing.
I don't want you to end the show.
Then you might as well end me. Thanks to Big Al. Thanks to Brooks. Thanks to Greg. Chris Gallo, we thank you. The DK Luce, Eddie Heckman. It's been tough.
It's been great.
Kenny Flamia, Mal Pal, Mitchell, Merrill, Star Dog, Unholy Toledo.
And say hi to Teresa. She just had her second cataract surgery.
Hi to Teresa.
Eddie's wife.
Eddie's wife on Eddie's birthday.
Second cataract.
Okay, thanks everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully under better conditions.